Wait till you see these awesome spring DIYs. My name is Courtney. Let's get crafting. You will need some picture frames or shadow boxes for this DIY. I had 3 of these white ones in my stash. They came from Michael's that I will be using. I'll also be using some of these paper frames that I got in a pack. I will try to link everything from today's video down below. I've got a lot of free printables for you today in today's video, starting with this one right here. Now, I have all of the birth month flowers on one sheet, so you guys can pick your family members' flowers. I pulled the 5 flowers that I needed for my family, which was January, February, July, August, and September. And then the last one, I combined all of those flowers together to make a little bouquet. The first thing I need to do is attach my frames to my little flower pictures, and I just took the easy way for this. I used my tape roller on the frame and then just stuck the frame directly on the paper. Went and did that for all 6 little flowers, and then I just took scissors and trimmed around the frame to make it really easy. For my shadow boxes, I wanted to cover the back, and I'm using this fabric that I got from Hobby Lobby. It was the same fabric that I used in that spring shadow box, if you saw that video. And I'm just going to cut a piece, fold it over, and secure it to the shadow box backs with some hot glue. For each of these shadow boxes, I'm going to be putting 2 of these little framed pictures in there, and I am just putting a little bit of hot glue on each of the corners and securing those in, and then closing them in the shadow box. And now I've got a great springtime display that represents my family. This would be a great thing you could also maybe make for grandparents as a gift and do all the grandchildren's flowers. It's just a great, simple, springtime personalized DIY. Out in my garage. I apologize for the loud sound. That is a fan because it's so hot here. So I have got this scrap piece of wood, and I am I'm gonna cut this with a jigsaw. Now, a jigsaw is a great power tool to start with if you don't like power tools. I will show you how to make this with a Dollar Tree item, but for those of you who want to try a very easy wood project, you just need some scrap wood. This is just, what is that, 1/2 inch plywood, I think. And yeah, we're gonna be winging it. So let me get this set up and show you what we're gonna be doing. So we need to cut 3 things out of this piece of wood, and I'm gonna just freehand draw them. And yeah, so let's start with that. So here are the 3 things. We've got this larger piece, which is just going to be kind of wobbly mounted here. You're going to cut this piece, which is a little bit smaller, and then we also have to cut this out, and then we've got to cut this out. So I'm going to use my jigsaw to get all of these cut out. I mentioned another version of how to make this. If you don't want to do the wood option, get yourself some foam board from Dollar Tree and you can make this exact DIY. For the wood pieces, I did sand them, and I did hit the edges to kind of round them a little bit and make it just a little bit smoother. Now we need to stain, paint, whatever you want to do for these pieces of wood. So that big wood piece is going to be stained dark brown, along with the cross and the small round rock all 3 of those, I'm just using brown wax, wiping it on, and that's the end of that. The other piece that has where we cut the rock out of, I'm just using some Old English for light wood, and I'm just kind of spritzing it on there and just rubbing it in, and that is all I am doing for that piece of wood. Now I need to attach my pieces together, so I'm going to take my lightly stained piece of wood and just put hot glue on the back of that and glue it to that bigger brown piece. Then I'm going to take the cross and glue that to the back of the big round stone. And then the small round stone, I am going to use my Cricut. I just cut out a decal that says "He is risen," and I applied that to that stone and also hot glued that to this piece. The final thing I did was just take some twine. I secured it to the back of the cross, and I just wrapped a couple of times, kind of doing an X crisscrossing, and then again secured it in the back with some hot glue, and then this Easter piece is ready to be displayed. When I am not making spring DIYs, I am doing some serious spring cleaning and organizing. So this is the perfect time for me to tell you about today's sponsor, Dreamy. I am no stranger to Dreamy. I have the Dreamy L10S Pro, and I'm so excited to try out the L10S Ultra Gen 2. Let's start off with the packaging. The Dreamy came packaged very well. Everything was held in place with heavy-duty cardboard, and items were placed in separate boxes for easy organization. Overall, it wasn't too heavy, and I was definitely able to maneuver the box without any help. In your box, you will find the base station. I personally think it is a very sleek design and love the white and silver accent. Also in the box, you will find 3 more boxes. The largest box holds the robot, the medium-sized box holds a user manual, cleaning tool, mop pad holder, cleaning solution, power cord, side brush, and dust bag. The flat box holds the base station ramp extension plate that you will add to the base station. I was pleasantly surprised with how easy assembly was. There is a quick start guide that makes it super easy to get your robot up and running. Simply start by removing all the extra protections and install the side brush and the mop assembly to the robot. Next step is to place the base station and connect the power cord. Then connect to the Dreamy Home app. The app has a voice control, which is a great feature. This is another feature that definitely makes this particular robot stand out. You simply add the cleaning solution to the base station and add the water to the clear water tank. The last step is to connect the robot to the base station. Now, what about the features? Let's talk about those for a second. The first thing I love and have noticed is the suction power of the vacuum. As someone who has 2 golden retrievers and a lot of dog hair, I can really appreciate the 10,000 PA Vormax suction, which efficiently removes the hair, dirt, and debris. You can activate pet care mode and it will double clean these areas. This robot also has the Clean Genius technology that ensures a precise and thorough cleaning based on the dirt level. If there is excessive dirt, the robot will continue to clean the area until it is all removed. Now, here is a feature that really sets this robot apart. It has the Mop Extend technology. What that means is that the Duo Scrub mop will actually extend beyond the diameter of the robot and effectively scrub and clean stains and dirt in hard to reach places like corners. And because this is a Duo Scrub mopping system, it will effectively scrub and clean, leaving no area untouched. And when it's done mopping, there is not a huge wet mess. There's just a slight sheen to let you know it's clean. Now, what you probably really want to know is how well does it navigate the room? Well, let me tell you, I'm extremely impressed with how smart and efficient this robot is. This robot has 3D Adapt Obstacle Avoidance and Smart Pathfinder technology, which means this robot can get around without you having to interfere. So you can set it and forget it. I also love how close it vacuums and mops up against the walls. There is no nook or cranny that won't get cleaned. As I mentioned, you don't need to be hands-on with this robot. It will provide you with 75 days of hands-free cleaning with the dual boost technology. It auto empties, auto mop self-cleaning with very hot water, auto solution refilling, and auto mop drying. I am so excited to have this new cleaning companion in my home. Investing a little bit in a quality product will help free up some time that I can use to craft or even just do more organizing, so it's definitely a win-win. If you are interested in checking out this Dreamy L10S Ultra Gen 2, check the description box below for all of the details. If you are a serial plant killer, you're gonna love this DIY because these flowers will never die. So for this project, I've got some Dollar Tree wooden hearts, I've got some bamboo skewers from Dollar Tree, along with a little wooden candlestick that came from Hobby Lobby. I've got my buttons. I was kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to put in the center of the flower, if I wanted to do fun colors, but in the end, I pulled all yellow buttons to put in the center of my flowers. Here's another printable. I've got 3 gingham prints here, springtime prints, and I kind of sized them down. I put them all on one page, and I'm just going to trace around the wooden flowers and then cut out those pieces of gingham paper. To get the papers attached to the flowers, I again just used my tape rollers, got those papers attached nice and good, and then took my buttons with a little bit of hot glue and glued my buttons to the center of each of my flowers. The little pot I'll be using for these flowers is this wooden candlestick. It originally came from Hobby Lobby. I grabbed a fan brush and then just brushed some white paint on there until I liked how it looked. I took a little piece of floral foam and hot glued into my little candlestick pot there and stuck the floral foam in there. Then taking some of the Dollar Tree bamboo skewers, I hot glued them to the back of the flowers and then used my miter shears to trim them down. I wanted them 3 different heights, so I kind of mess around with that till I liked the heights that I got. I grabbed some Dollar Tree green moss that I had and took a little bit of hot glue, stuck it on that floral foam, and then stuck that moss down inside of there. I finished off the little pot by tying a twine bow around it, and then I felt like it still needed more. So I had this little bundle of pink flowers. They originally came from Hobby Lobby. I trimmed some of these at different heights, put a little hot glue on the ends of them, and stuck those into the pot. Then to finish it off, I have another little printable. It says Happy Spring. I printed that out and grabbed a little cardstock tag that I had. I trimmed it down, attached my Happy Spring to it again with my tape roll, and then I just hot glued that directly to a flower, and now you've got yourself a little flower bouquet that will not die. This would be a great little thing. You could use it for place settings at Easter time, or even attach a little gift card in there for a gift for somebody, but a great, cute, festive spring decor piece. You'll need a Dollar Tree frame, a Dollar Tree cross, and this sheet music, or whatever sheet music you want. You can grab the old rugged cross sheet music, again, down below in the description box. First thing I needed to do was get this frame to not be black. So I decided to take some antique gold rub and buff, and I put that all over the frame until I liked how it looked, and set that aside so it could set up. Grabbed my cross and took that brown wax and rubbed it all over the cross. The next thing I did was grab my sheet music. Now this is a 5x7 frame, so you certainly could do whatever size frame you want to do. And I just needed to size this down and trim off the extra paper. So I got that done, kind of marked it where I needed to trim it, and then used my scissors to trim off the extra paper and got this sheet music put into the frame. I wanted to add a little something more to the cross, so I grabbed a fan brush and some white Waverly chalk paint and brushed that all over the cross. I grabbed my embellishment box and knew that I wanted some type of flower on here, so I dug through there to try to find what I wanted. Ended up with this cream colored burlap flower that came from Dollar Tree, put some hot glue on the back of it and glued it directly to the cross. Then I took the cross and attached that directly to my frame. The last thing I did was just take a piece of white chiffon ribbon and drape that on the cross. And now I've got this piece that I can put on my piano next to my other framed music pieces. Thank you so much for watching. That's going to wrap up today's video. Let me know down below which one of these projects was your favorite. Also, let me know this. Are you team plant or team flower? Would you rather have fresh flowers in your house or plants? Or are you like me and a plant serial killer? I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.